Have you been unable to pay your rent on time due to COVID-19? Here are the options for tenants who have not been able to keep up with their rent during the pandemic. How to respond to the rent moratorium. Number 1. A tenant must notify their landlord in writing that they are not able to pay their rent on time in full because of COVID-19. Email and text communication are valid forms of written notice. Number 2. Written notice must be provided to the landlord no more than 7 days after the rent is due. For example, if your rent was due between March 17th and April 7th, let your landlord know no later than April 14th. You should keep a copy of the written notice submitted for your records. A sample notice to the landlord and link can be found at the end of the video. Number 3. Within 30 days of the date rent was due, the tenant shall provide the landlord documentation or objectively verifiable information that the tenant is unable to pay rent due to financial impacts related to COVID-19. The tenant must provide the landlord with additional documentation for each month that rent is not paid. Examples of verifiable documentation include, but are not limited to, termination notices, payroll checks, pay stubs, bank statements, medical bills, childcare costs, commercial sales receipts, and profit and loss statements, signed letters or statements from an employer or supervisor explaining the tenant's changed financial circumstances, and lastly, the eviction moratorium in National City will remain in effect until September 30th, 2020. However, any rent not paid through September 30th will be due no later than December 31st, 2020. Please note that there may be a state or federal law that may change the terms of repayment of rent.